Oh, you Dylan,
Well,
we're so rusty. You haven't. This is the material with by which you construct our opening scenes, the
right, right. Yeah,
flyover,
that's
the
right. I
drone
did.
scene in the beginning of the movie. You
I
know,
would do that. The cold
it's the
open, as they
B-roll,
call it. Cold open,
the
hot
cold open.
coffee.
I got a cold coffee. We're gonna
Cold
do a hot
open,
open.
cold coffee. Two colds make a right. That's what they say on the
Oh my
internet.
God. All right, so as I was saying before, I just want to inform you that last episode was episode number 58. That was 5 months ago, precisely speaking.
Mm-hmm.
The date was November 13th, 2019.
That's only trying
We
to do
are
100 bits. I think. I think that was your
we
the bit
we did
bit blast bit marathon
the bit blast,
bitathon.
the bitathon. I can appreciate that. All right, let's let's start it.
Yeah. That's what you do. It's
This is the long, not awaited, possibly episode of the Jacket Off podcast. If this is still the Jacket Off podcast, this is episode number 59, and it's
might as well be episode 1.
it might as well be episode 1. It's May 10th, 2020. So we this is we are 5 months inside of a new year, and the last
Well,
one.
we figured now is a better time than ever to start a podcast up
Yeah,
again.
you know,
When everyone else is also
there was a
doing
time
that.
where we
But we could say
thought,
this is number 59.
sure,
We
why
could
not?
say that.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I mean, it makes me feel better that it's number 59 and not number 1, because there are so many number 1 podcasts coming out right now in the world when everybody is inside.
Oh, speaking of, all right, we gotta get back into the groove.
Oh my God.
Okay, Brent, your favorite way to start a podcast was Brent's travel stories. What do you got for me?
So listen to this, Dylan. You're never gonna believe it.
Okay.
The other day, I went to go get my mail, and like
Now,
the
when you say you went to go get your mail, you live in like one of those little cul-de-sac boys.
so
So-
I don't know if I've ever explained this before, actually, even like before in the before times.
Well, as you know, I'm kind of a male professional. So if I had to guess that you have like one of those little outhouse-looking things that you go to, like almost a trailer park has,
I
where it's just
don't,
a ton of
actually.
mailbox. No.
No, so the way that this works, and it actually, the only reason probably why you came to that conclusion was because
Well, I guess I'm not a male professional. Fuck me
no,
running.
no, you're a male professional. You're just not an apartment complex professional.
MALE.
Got him.
Wait, got me. Oh no.
Female male package inspector.
The MPE.
Hey, the old male package inspector, Dylan. The place that I live isn't so much of an apartment complex as it is like. I remember when we first got here, the lady who ran this place or at least was like the office manager for the whole park, said that, and park is a weird word to even say about this, but it's 930 individual units ranging from 2-bedroom townhouses down to what mine is, which is the 2-bedroom like apartment. So
Oh, there's 900 of them in there?
930 units.
It's funny, I never thought of it because you live like off the first turn when you turn into it.
When you drive into here, you think like if you go the way, there's like a traffic circle that leads into this that goes straight in, and then you take the left onto my road, which is Wandering Stream or whatever.
Yeah.
That road keeps going for another two miles, where there are hundreds of these units sprawled out to the right and the left in either direction, every way. And then it goes across the road, down the road on either side. So it's about like 10 square miles worth of shit everywhere. You don't even know sometimes where the residential part stops and where the like apartment part comes in, like, you know, people's one house.
Huh.
But so when I have to go get my mail, I get in my car and I drive out to that same Wandering Stream. I come down and I go to the Hannaford Plaza that's right on the corner across from the first traffic circle near my house.
Uh-huh.
And
I don't know if I've ever seen the Hannaford. I didn't even know you had a Hannaford up there.
when I think it's because when you come here, you actually come in from 67 coming out of Amsterdam.
Yeah,
It's
I
on
take
the
the
back
right.
ass end.
Take the right
Of
and the
this.
left, and
Yes. So that's the reason why I've never seen the Hannaford before. The Hannaford is closer to the Northway, which is 87. 87 doesn't even touch where you are. So when you go out to Hannaford and you go to get the mail is actually in a, like, it's, the plaza is kind of interesting. It's a tile place, like a kitchen tile, whatever. So it's like a bank,
tile zone,
a kitchen tile zone, a liquor store, a gym, the mailbox, and then Hannaford.
So you basically have a P.O. box.
Yes. What it originally was when we first got here, we didn't know that until, like, I don't know why we glossed over the issue.
Hey,
when
Becky,
we went to
did you
look
check
at this
the mail?
apartment. It's like, where the hell is the mail? We look outside. It's like, motherfucker, is there supposed to be a mailbox out? We look on our door. It's like, there's no little thing on the door.
We got a Flappy Boy? Like,
where the fuck? If I gotta mail something, how do I do it? Do I go outside and I just like wave down the mailman when he's driving in the morning? We actually did have that moment when we first moved in here. Like, literally, we're moving shit in, and then, like, you know, you're thinking about all the things that you need to do when you're moving into a new apartment, and I was like, wait, the fucking mail. So now I'm like, where does the mail go? How do I? And then I open up this big ass folder that I had with a shit tons of paperwork in it, and I'm just like,
it's like when you stay at the Airbnb, you get the Wi-Fi, like the welcome. Here's the Wi-Fi password.
It's like, yeah, this place is so weird because it has so many rules. Like, it's not as much as you would get if you were in like a housing co-op with like a shitload of condos for like rich people. It's not so far as that. But it also is not like, you know,
your
fucking
old
free
house.
for all. Yeah, my old house. It's like it's like right in the middle.
Bangers out in the
on the lawn.
On the lawn.
The funny thing is, though, is that it's actually the places in this park kind of differ in that a little bit. Around this area, everybody is like really like to themselves and like super reserved. But then like Becky and I'll go for a walk down the road, and you see people with like awnings in the yard. Like these are communal yards. These are yards where like there's, you know, maybe 4 or 5 people living in like the yard, you know, that's sharing 2 of these units or whatever. There's people out there with like those mosquito tent awning things with the Velcro sides and chairs and fucking fire pits and grills and all of this shit all over the place. And then you come down here and it's like somebody's afraid to put like a potted plant on their patio. Like they're looking outside like before they put something down, and then they're like, okay, they put out their little cactus on the
Hey,
fucking.
what are you putting out there?
Hey, what the? Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, I'll try at night. Speaking of, hey, what are you doing out there? I know that, you know, the travel stories, those are unfortunately for the time being shelved. But there are still things that are going on that I guess the point is some things never change. So with that in mind, I'm sure that our 4 listeners will remember my challenges, let's say, with a certain gentleman who lives across the street from me, who we have dubbed since, you know, this all began as the mayor of Wandering Stream.
Sure.
So the mayor.
I mean, at first I didn't know how far his jurisdiction went, but now that you're explaining the layout of Wandering Stream itself, that's a pretty big undertaking, is to be the full mayor.
It takes up a lot of his time, not unlike all of the completely frivolous gardening that he does with what I should say turns his lawn into a labyrinthian Pan's Labyrinth style fucking mystical Alice in Wonderland shit every single year. I've never in my entire life, I grew up around a family that was very into gardening. My mom is very into gardening. There's, you know, there's something to be said that at least I know for sure that I know about gardening. I understand how people are very much into it. I get it. But at the same time, this person has taken that to a level of which I have never seen before.
At the same time, you live in upstate New York, where you have about 2 months to garden in. I mean,
that's the thing that I've never understood.
It fucking snowed out yesterday.
I mean, that makes me happy, and I'll tell you about another thing that makes me happy.
Last podcast was in November, so when I say yesterday, maybe you're thinking November, but no. We're inconsistent. It's now May. So when I say yesterday, I mean May 6th, May 9th. May 9th is when it snowed.
Right. Now, there's a very firm possibility that when we were talking in November, which to the average listener would be yesterday, we were also talking about snow. But it's now May, and it snowed yesterday. So really what that proves ultimately is that there's no difference in weather from November to May in a given calendar year or the span of 2 years.
So the point is, if you're really into gardening, make sure you live in upstate New York, where you really got to work to garden. You know what I'm saying? It's none of this easy peasy Florida shit. Oh, I'll just plant it in water and it'll grow. It's gonna grow.
Oh, it's gonna get too much sun, and that's geez, my plant got too much sun. What you got to do up in the fucking upstate New York is you got to be out there like a photographer with a fucking reflecting panel, hovering them over your plants like they're tanning. That's the only way to get the sufficient amount of sun, should they be under some sort of cover. The full sun plant doesn't exist. It's just not. You're not going out and planting your fucking pineapple bush in the goddamn lawn.
Do you know pineapples grow underground? That's not true. They don't. That's a lie. They don't grow on trees, though. They grow in bushes.
Don't look that up. Don't quote me. Don't do any of that. Don't get it on Wikipedia.
They do grow on bushes, though. Don't they?
I want to say...
Or do they grow underground?
Oh, boy.
There's something weird with pineapples. Let me look this shit up.
As you look up our pineapple conundrum,
continue.
Want to say...
The mayor, I don't know, you tried to grow...
The mayor...
some marijuana plants or something, and he yelled at you. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it gets so good. I mean, just to give a little bit of a short recap on our very complicated relationship, there were several times during last summer that he harassed the people that were parking on or around the property that I live on, and him and I got into a little bit of a row
Tiff.
one night, where he decided that he was going to wait on his lawn, where he does so much of his gardening, to wait for us to get home to tell us that the guests that we had for that evening could not park where they were parked, in which case they would have been there for approximately 4 hours, and nobody else said anything to me. So, of course, with that in mind, what we know for sure about the mayor is that he doesn't like people parking where he feels. This is an important distinction. Not where he knows, where he feels that people should not be parking in accordance with his statutes that he is so clearly outlined for the peace of his community. So, the other day, as we know, we've seen some people get out there in the world because of the virus. They want to help. They want to show their solidarity to those who need it the most. And so a couple days ago, Becky and I heard a little bit of a commotion outside. We were sitting here and we were like, what the hell is going on out there? So we look out the window, and lo and behold, a line of 10 cars pulls up across from literally to this direction. Outside my window, he's right there. And they pull up in front of this building. And to give you an idea, there's 4 garages across the bottom of each one of these buildings. And the cars pulled laterally across in front of every garage door on the whole block. So the cars pull up, and then I start to feel a swelling of excitement. Yeah. Because I know that this is not something that the mayor can stop. This is not a thing where he can come outside and wave his hands in the air to make this crowd disperse. And I slowly realized the reason why he couldn't do that. And it was because the gentleman that lives below him in his apartment is a World War II veteran. Uh-oh. And it was his birthday.
Oh.
So this group of people decided that they were going to bring him a cake, and they were going to sing him happy birthday, and it was actually very thoughtful and touching. Becky and I not wanting to miss out.
I had a birthday.
Look, Dylan, front line. I mean, what is really the definition of that? You know,
no, I'm just saying. I also had a birthday during this whole thing, and
all
my plans got. I had a lot of plans get destroyed, like a real lot of plans, and not one car drove up to my house with a cake. So it's weird that it's weird that this random guy, just some random dude, gets 10 cars.
Oh yeah, some random guy, some random guy, veteran.
Not only does he get the 10 cars, but I mean, you and Becky hop out your front porch and are waving American flags, singing "Happy Birthday," fucking shooting off a goddamn bottle rockets like it's the 4th of fucking July. And I get a text at 12:01 on April 3rd because you forgot.
Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry, I forgot, bro. Happy birthday, bro. Here's what I want to say. It was the happiest moment of my life, and
it's good to know. I'm glad some random dude can bring you what I can't.
It's only because I have this heart of stone that I have, this cynical.
It's because you're trapped in your fucking house and you saw a line of 10 cars and you're like, oh baby.
Oh, whoopee. Whoopee, something happened. Anything, just anything. So, here's the reason why I was happiest person in the world. 2 reasons. One,
we'll get back to
there was fucking cars parked and he couldn't do anything about it. Yes. Win number 1. awesome.
I'm surprised you weren't out there directing the cars to where to park to where he hated the most. Here, let me help you out. You can park here.
Hey, Methuselah, you can't park this convertible here. It's bullshit.
No, I'm saying no. You were out there directing them where to park in the places that you know that the mayor hates the most.
Well, yeah, no, I was like, already they've already done a great job. I don't know why I would want to fuck that up. I mean, otherwise I'd be like, park on his lawn. Like, oh, really? If you guys want to do that, that's fine. Park on his lawn. He's cool with it. I mean,
it's not his lawn. It's the cul-de-sac lawn.
I wish I could say. I mean, so that was the first thing, major point of joy that I had. Mm-hmm. And then the second thing. Now, here's the other really interesting part. Now, I told you about the incident where he was waiting onto his lawn at 11 o'clock at night to say that person couldn't park there. Incidentally, where that person was parked was on the side of the lawn that's over here, the one that's across from us. They were parked half off the road, half on the road. This is known as the Verona special, right? Having a house party, half on the road, half off the road, or the garage sale, the garage sale juggle.
It's to let everyone know that you're not moving, but also you're not putting your four ways on either. You're not gonna have your four ways on all day, so you just park half on the lawn.
It's the universal sign for it's party time.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of cars fucking down the road, half on the grass, half off. That's how we know.
You get a little too drunk, hop back in your car, drive into the ditch because you're halfway in the ditch to begin with. Then you don't drive drunk, so it's good. That's why they put the ditches there. Did you know that?
Yeah, when you park down the side of the road, I mean,
you try to drive drunk
garage sailing.
You try to drive drunk, you dump yourself in the ditch, can't get out.
Right.
Prevents drunk driving.
Just fall asleep, wake up the next day, garage sale still going on, get some awesome deals. So that was the way that she was that my guest incidentally was parked. Lo and behold, when the weather started to improve, the gentleman proceeded to come across to this region, which again is not. I may joke about the jurisdiction of said mayor, but ultimately his jurisdiction barely goes past his fucking stairs that he walks down to get in his car. I mean, that's the type of community that we're talking about here. So he decides that he's going to very tastefully plant 5 individual bulb plants that have like 3-inch stalks on them on the front of where the car had been parked before. He never forgives. He never forgets.
Wait, he did this recently?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, this was recently. So sometimes I don't even know what the hell's going on because I don't pay attention. You know how you can do the same thing every day, and if somebody changes one thing, you ain't gonna see that shit. Like, you could be walking out to get your mail, and there could be a fucking psychotic clown standing on your yard, and as long as he wasn't there the 30 days before you went out to get the mail, you're not gonna notice him that time because you're half awake in your boxers, fucking warbling out to the fucking mailbox, eyes still crusted over. Bill. He's up there with a fucking axe in his hand. Yeah, the big titty action figure. Yeah.
Oh, this came good.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm very excited. And then you walk back in your house. You're so excited about your new figure. That guy was about to kill you. You have no idea. So what happened was I came out of my house one day and got into my car, went to work. This was at the time where I went to work. And my coworker walks into my office because he lives right up here. He lives in my same area right around the corner. He was like, did you see that he planted plants on your front lawn? I was like, what? He was like, I swear to God, there are fucking 5 plants on the front of your lawn. You didn't plant those? I'm like, do I look like I'm out here planting shit? No. And so I'm like, I don't believe you. I go home, pull in, and now I look because I know to look, and I'm not just zombified. I was just like, that motherfucker.
Do you have to mow your own lawn?
Here we go. You brilliantly segued me right into my next point. Now let's fast forward back to fucking impromptu Veterans Day, right? All these people And this was during a nice day, right? Over the
Yeah.
past couple days, we've had some nice days.
Yeah. Well,
You
when?
know,
Maybe out
up
there.
here
Oh,
up
okay.
here we had one. There was like a couple decent days.
It's because it's been like 40 degrees here.
There was at least one day here where it got up to like 67 or something.
Last weekend, I put together a swing set. It was like 67. Both days last weekend, I'm out there putting together a swing set. Literally, Monday flows around. It's snowing out.
Yeah. When we go out there to wave our hands and light off our fucking Roman candles, there was two guys on those big ass skid steer lawnmowers that mow all of the lawns in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Those dudes just come down, blow apart a lawn in like 10 seconds, and then they leave.
Those things go
When
like 50 miles an hour.
when there was two guys over here, one was on like a patch over across from me, and then one was doing my lawn. When they saw that those cars had come up, now all of a sudden there's a commotion. So the two guys come up to the front of my lawn and stop and turn off their engines, and then they let them do their thing, and then everybody's clapping, carrying on, having a fucking good time. And then I will say that the second greatest moment of my life was watching all the cars block all the fucking areas over there.
Mm-hmm.
The first best moment of my life was when the gentleman who came over from mowing the other lawn decided that in a show of solidarity, unbeknownst to him, he would turn on his mower, lower the deck, and plow the fuck out of those plants as he waved to the line of cars and the gentleman, and then nope the fuck out of my area of the park forever. And I was like, you should have seen my fucking face.
Oh my God.
When I watched those 4 plants get spit right the fuck out into the road. Just mowed over. You would have to ask Becky in what condition she found me in when that happened.
I imagine
was
it was like
over.
a shock, like almost a comatic shock.
I was bowled over.
Like, I can't believe God has blessed me with a day such as today.
I had to go back inside and sit down because I was coughing. Like, I felt like the air had been taken out of my lungs. I was laughing so hard that, like, my ribs hurt. I was laughing so hard. I was just like, oh, happy day.
When was this?
What?
When was this?
It actually, now that I'm thinking that the days might have blended together a little bit, it actually probably was around the time where you were putting together that swing set, because I think
the weather
weekend was nicer. So yeah, it was. Fucking days are blending together so heavily.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I think some shit that happened last weekend happened 2 days ago. Like,
yeah, I was just wondering, like, if it was nice enough since then for him to like replant them. You know what I mean? And I was wondering if he just happened to do it. I mean, of course you wouldn't notice, but
yeah,
especially now since you don't leave your house.
Yeah, that's a common thing. I thought that was so funny. Like, it's just a continuing thing. Now, there's one footnote to this that's really important to note.
Okay.
This happened after, so to put context on it, we've been doing Instacart because, like, my buddy was like, hey, you know they do Instacart around here. I was thinking, like, there's fucking no way they do Instacart around here. Like, I know Postmates isn't around here, Uber Eats isn't around here, like shit like that. I knew Grubhub was a little bit, and I had fucked around with it, but Instacart
is that like one of those, or is that like a grocery shopping thing?
Instacart is a grocery shopping thing that's been Uberized. It's just the thing where you get online, you select the store that you want to have somebody go, and they'll shop for you. It's literally
that's what I meant. That's not like Uber Eats is more like restaurant, like go pick up
Uber Eats is just Grubhub. It's the same thing, just with Uber drivers.
So
but
Instacart's grocery shop for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I felt weird about it at first with the Instacart thing, but then my friend down here was like, try it. They got all these up here, and then they got the Price Chopper, and then there's the Hannaford. All of them do it. So I was like, I'll fucking try it. Try it on Aldi. So I went on there, I put the cart together, I ordered it, and then I thought it was going to be like, the next day. I thought it was going to be like high volume. It was fucking
Mm-hmm.
2 hours later, the bitch shows up with all my shit. I was like, holy crap.
Well, I mean,
So
when everyone's like unemployed, they'll do anything. So
yeah, I mean, this is the type of economy to go into if the gig economy is fucking booming right now. So this is the part that really gives you the best. Like this is, I was so pissed off. I couldn't tell you how pissed off I was. I still have all of this written down. Like literally, I've been documenting this stuff that's been happening so that in the event that like something comes to light or they, he does something stupid or whatever, I have this gigantic fucking compendium of things that have happened.
Mm-hmm.
This one was just one of the best examples of it. Was the woman came up to deliver my groceries and she didn't pull into a spot, because you don't know when you come over here, where the fuck do you know where to park? There's not an immediately obvious place to park.
Yeah.
She pulls up in the exact same spot that he fucked around with me for before. She pulled up at the side of the lawn, half on, half off, and she started unloading her car. And no sooner did she start unloading that car, he comes fucking barreling down the stairs. I didn't see this happen. He comes barreling down the fucking stairs. You're going to have to move your car. And she's like, I'm just delivering his groceries. And he's like, and then fucking goes back up the stairs. Becky comes down to collect. She put the groceries like at the bottom of the stairs so we could bring them up.
Yeah.
And Becky comes down and the woman turns to where she's like, your neighbor just told me to move my car. And Becky, like completely out loud, was just like, he's a fucking idiot. Just ignore him. And I like, that was at the point where I turned around on the idea and thought like, this guy isn't, he's not just a dick. He has to have mental problems.
Probably.
There has to be something in there, like a bolt loose that's making,
like the only thing in his life that matters is that one spot.
And it's not just that, it's like you can see it in like everyday life for this guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you spend this much time kind of around, driving around, looking at things, being out, out on the porch, like, I'm looking at a lot of things around here. And over time, I came to realize like there's a factor of this where somebody has either lost, I guess it's like somebody has lost so much control on their life that they feel like they need to like project this like insane level of like control and and whatever.
Like you got nothing
it's just
else.
Weird.
Like, you can't solve your own problems, so the easiest problem to solve is that no one should be parking in this parking spot.
And so like,
fuck, I could do that.
Yeah,
I can't do much, but if you tell me, hey, Dillon, you watch this parking spot and make sure no one parks in it, I could probably do that. Actually, I can't do that because I'd be like, if someone parked, I'd be like, they'll probably just be there for 2 seconds. It won't matter.
You have the same reaction in your crippling social anxiety that any other normal person should have in their life to somebody doing something that might make you uncomfortable for 5 seconds and then you let it go. It's like, does it really matter? It doesn't. Like his justification for it was like, well, the circle is narrow, the road is narrow. I'm like, guy, what kind of traffic do you think is fucking coming through this place at one time?
You should tell him to get in your car and you guys could take a trip down to Utica.
You want to
and tell him to try to drive through those streets.
Not only do you want to see some fucking park jobs that make New York City look like a fucking shopping mall.
Do it on the 4th of July also, where you got people in the middle of the road shooting fucking full-on fireworks.
Go up on the 1400 block at the old Homestead.
They're using the potholes as the motor fucking like holder. Just jam it in there and just shooting off artillery grade motors fucking in the sky.
Now that is some community revitalization right there, baby. That's the only kind I'm interested in. Get the fireworks to the people. I don't get it. I've never understood the need for someone to 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 think about things like that with as much as is happening in the world right now, and that's the point that we wanna
Well,
put
like
on
I
this.
said,
It's the hill we want to die on.
it's a hill he can die on easily.
Oh, yeah, easily, 100%.
All right, let's drop the neighbor thing. Okay, the pineapple plant. We're getting back on it because I figured it
Okay.
out.
Yep.
It's you would think they grow on trees, right? That's the whole thing, right? If I said, "How does a pineapple grow?"
You would think it grows in
You
like a
would
palm tree, like a coconut, because
Like a
it's
coconut,
like that's
sure.
they got to be the same shit.
Well, take like almost like an aloe tree, you know, like,
Yes.
or a palm tree. How it's got that, the top, how kind of comes up like that. Take that, slam it on the ground. It's now a bush. The pineapple just fucking kind of grows out the middle on a little stem of something that looks like that. It looks like the top of a pineapple.
Right. Yeah. The top of the pineapple looks like the plant of the pineapple. Like
Yes, it looks like the pineapple plant, and
Like
then
a fern or
the
a
pineapple
aloe
pops
or-
out the middle, on the
Yep.
ground.
Nice.
So that's how pineapples work.
The bush presents the pineapple
Yes,
to you.
it's
as
like,
if
hey,
it's cradled in
Here's
foliage.
the pineapple, delicious.
Yeah. This is, hey, you want to eat this sexual organ? It tastes delicious.
Speaking, well, also, is it a fruit? I forgot. There was another thing about it. It's
Another expose
Another
on
expo-
pineapple.
yeah, it's a fruit. Okay, I don't know what something came up where it's like, hey, I don't know. I forgot. I
Pop
don't know.
up for another article came
Yeah,
up.
it was a BuzzFeed article.
Hey, what? Oh, BuzzFeed.
Yeah. Speaking of plant shit, I got 2 plants, right?
I
Going
saw
some-
on your stream
Yeah.
on Friday
Yeah,
the old
yeah.
pepper plant status.
2 pepper plants status. Those were given to me by someone at work. And so I only had the one. I didn't have like good soil, or I only had like the one plant, like the one pot that they were both in. So I kind of just like threw some soil and threw them in there just to for now until I could go to the store over the weekend, right? So
Okay.
I went to Walmart yesterday to get a new pot, a couple groceries, and some soil. And so I walk in, and first of all, no one went and cradled the carts, so there's no fucking carts. I'm like, great, I got this basket. Now, I had to get heavy stuff. I didn't have to get, but I was like, I grabbed some Coke Zero, vanilla cherry Coke Zero, good stuff. I don't know if you had it before.
Yeah.
But I grabbed some of that. I needed to grab apple juice. So my little basket is kind of heavy. Once I go through the groceries, I had to get 2 pounds of Swiss cheese because they didn't have anything smaller for Swiss cheese. So I
You gotta
had
tell yourself, champ.
I had to get the 2-pound brick of Swiss
Uh-huh.
because it was the smallest. It was the smallest brick, Brent. And I'm thinking it'll last me a week. Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's 2 pounds right there. That's before I even put the drinks in, right?
Yeah, baby.
So I got this basket, couple stuff in it. It's full overflowing. I got the bananas are just kind of sitting on top. Shit's jammed in the side. You can only fit so much in a basket. There's a bend. You could feel the bend in the plastic. And then I walk over to the what I actually needed, the soil. And I'm looking for soil. I'm like, okay. They got the smaller bag, but I probably need the bigger bag, right? I need to fill 2 pots.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this basket full of shit that weighs about 60 pounds, and I need to grab a dog food sized bag of soil. Now, they have the gardening doors closed off because the whole thing, they only let a certain amount of people in, so they count them at the main door, so they funnel everyone in the main door, so they have the side doors closed off. And I go to the guy, I'm like, can I like pay for this here and then pick it up. He's like, oh, we can't open the door. So I'm like, oh, fucking Christ. Well, first of all, he was deaf, so I put my mask down and like mouth the words. And he's like, he sees this other guy, and he's like, hey, can you go get him a cart so that he can carry this? So he's like, okay. He's off to get me a cart, and I'm staring at the soil, and I'm like, you know what? I can manage this. Also, I had to get like another pot, so I had to carry that too. That wouldn't fit in the basket anymore. There's no room in the basket. So I have this pot, I have this basket full of shit, and I'm looking at the soil, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna grab it, and I'll meet the guy halfway if I see him with the cart. I grab it. I'm like halfway there. I don't even see him with the cart. I'm like, perfect. Whatever. Fuck this. I'll just go cash out. Go to cash out. Now I got all my stuff in bags. I have a 12-pack of soda, a pot, and some soil. So I scoop all the bags up around my arms, put the soil under my arm, and I'm walking out of Walmart like I'm trying to make one trip back from the car. I'm fucking pissed off as can be because I got about 600 pounds of shit in my arm, all because they didn't have any fucking carts when I walked in. And then I planted my plants, so they should be fine. It's just a dumb story.
What an enchanted life we lead. Either way. I want to leave.
I want to leave. See you later.
See you later, guys.
And you think I would just do what you did, right? I could just Instacart. Hell, Walmart even does the Instacart thing. Have someone shop for you. You pull up, they throw it in your cart, and you fucking leave. You think I would just do that? No.
I mean, you could do the pickup one where I don't even think the Instacart does the pickup thing where you just literally sit in the front of the store and they come to the front with you.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want anyone to see that I'm buying 2 pounds of Swiss cheese. No one needs to see that.
Oh.
They just hand me my groceries and they go, ew.
And you have one of those. I got like costume glasses with the mustache on it.
But I'm munching on a mozzarella stick. Dude,
come on, man. Is that enough cheese? Yeah, for this afternoon it is. It's enough cheese. There's never enough cheese. So I feel like we've glossed over the sort of the climate that we're in. Feel like it's a weird time. It's a
right. We're just gonna be one of those podcasts like every other podcast.
No, I don't want to be that podcast, but I feel like at the same time the escapism, it is important. I want to just forget about shit. I think that's why we needed this. I think that's why we needed to come back and do this, because it feels like when I used to do this, like when we used to sit down and like actually come up with shit for this, it was like, well, sometimes we did. Sometimes we came up with shit. Sometimes I like both, because sometimes when you just sat here like we're doing right now, the minute to minute type of interaction always felt like I was switching my brain on, like I'm supposed to switch my brain on. And it feels like with everything that's going on right now, my brain is either switched on or it's switched on to the wrong frequency. I can tell you that. Like fucking 100%.
You're in fucking AM right now.
Yeah,
trying to get that one radio station playing the 1920s bebop hits.
Every fucking day, it's me trying to adjust that shit to try to get a fucking like just to get anything tuned in is fucking impossible. But that's why I feel like getting back to this feels like I'm actually returning to something that like makes sense. It makes my brain do something, whereas normally, my God, it is doing so little. I feel like even like working from home is like the weirdest shit in the world, because now I've basically just brought all of the stupid office bullshit to my house. Like, why is it here? Why is this around me right now? Why am I sitting in this room that I'm talking to you from right now and dealing with fucking all of the shit that you deal with at your stupid office all the time? Now it's in my house. I don't want it here. I don't want it here. And now it's like, now they're like, oh, New York is open again. Oh no, psych. It's not open. There's an extension. Oh no, wait. There's not an extension. Did you hear about that?
No.
I guess somebody sent me like a link yesterday that was like Cuomo said he was like extending it to like mid-June or some shit, like a beginning of June 6th or 7th or some shit like that.
Yeah, that was like a while ago.
Well, that was so he announced it, and then it was like an article in the Times Union or whatever, and then they were saying, "Oh, wait a minute, that was retracted, so now it's the 15th again or whatever. It's it's the end of next week or some shit." I don't fucking know what's going on. I don't. This to me, I just don't want to go. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I could do my job from home. It's a whole different fucking animal for me. I've been wanting to do work from home, Dylan, since before it was cool. Like, so many places are going to realize now that, like, what the fuck were we doing? Were we really paying for the gigantic fucking office building for everybody to come in and do some shit that they could do over the internet? Is that really what was going on? I feel like so many places are going to be like, yeah, you know what? Let's not pay $3,000 a month rent for a shit ass office building with fucking black mold in it to have everybody come in on the same what'd you say?
I said a different disease.
Yeah, why not? Why not have everybody come in and get a different respiratory illness on the same internet that everybody's fucking got at home, if not better? Like, why?
Wait till you get to wear your mask at work. You cool cyber boy.
I was thinking the other day about like, maybe I should get some fashionable masks. Now it's cool to be that raver guy at the fucking Mysteryland with the mask on. Now everybody's got those. Anybody who had them before?
It's funny, all the raver gear shops are like, "Oh, we are open for business, baby."
Yeah, anyone you want. Think about any EDM artist you want. What do you want? You want some fucking woke rainbow shit on there? Is that what you want? We got.
Well,
all
I know.
that.
I'm saying they were already selling them.
Oh yeah, baby. They sold out, and then they're like, "Christ, we gotta up production twofold now, and there's no festivals going on." You got to get more LED lights, get more goddamn chrome, get fucking more fabric, neon print, chainmail, whoever the fuck, everything. I'm seeing all those masks, and I'm like, huh,
that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'll get that Barely Alive one that I saw the other day. I get that one with Barely Alive on it.
I bought a Nightmare one only because he was selling all his tour shirts. Yeah, like from the tour, and he had the long sleeve on there that I didn't grab when I went and saw him. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick that up. And the Nightmare one's like, it was like, that's kind of cool. It says like, don't sleep on the side of it.
Nice.
And then the 30 Seconds to Mars ones were pretty cool. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pick those up too. Ooh. See, I need them.
Yeah. My grandma made me a bunch of them.
I mean, that works.
Shout out to Graham.
What was I gonna say?
She made me some dope ones that were like super comfortable.
I had like a real morbid thought when I was driving to the store. So, well, actually, I was driving to work, but so VVS, since they're not gonna be throwing graduation or anything, they put along the whole front of the school and like the side and everything, they put like a mayor, like a lawn sign, like the vote for mayor or whatever.
Becky's doing that for the hospital. Repainting them she repainted them. There's a project.
You know what I'm talking about, those type of signs.
Stick-in lawn signs. Yep.
Yeah, stick-in lawn signs. So they printed out everyone's senior picture on each one of those, and they lined like the whole front of the school with it and put balloons on it. This is just like class of 2020, and it's got their name and picture on it. And I'm driving by, I'm like, Man, it looks like the whole class of 2020 died in a bus crash on the way to the senior trip. And they're honoring them. I mean, it's not supposed to be the thought that I'm having, but boy, howdy. They're like on their way to Cedar Point, and the fucking bus careened off a bridge and took the whole class out.
I can't. Thank you so much to our class of 2020.
You will be missed.
You will be truly missed. That's so horrendous, but it makes so much sense. Oh, God damn it. That is a thought. Yeah, I feel like as much as I don't want to, I probably would have the same thought of just like, ooh, this kind of looks like when the one kid dies, like the one high school kid, and it's like their pictures in the yearbook and that whole spiel. Yeah, it's a little.
I don't know. It was just a feeling I had. Now I think to myself every time I drive by the school. So
It's like, you will be missed, class of 2020. Yeah, I feel like the other thought that I had the other day about this a little bit was like, it feels like when this all comes back somewhat, when we're like back in the world, do you know how many introverted people are going to be like, this is how it is now. It was like this. It was like this for me before. I know everybody makes memes out of this shit, but it's like, social distancing, bitch, I've been doing that since 1998. Like, those people.
yo, check out the pin they gave us at work to wear.
What do we got? Ooh, get the fuck away from me. The get the fuck away from me pin. Man, that's a cool pin.
They hand these out at work. Get the fuck away from me, pin.
Dude, I feel like that's just a great pin in general. Like, that'd be some shit you'd buy like from the 30 Seconds of Mars website. they made one that's got a triad on it. It does have the keep away mask.
Yeah, they got the keep away mask.
If you can read this, you're too close. See? Like, I feel like when we try to return out into the world, that all I can think of is like when you and I have been at a concert, and it's like, let's go up to the front, bro, and then suddenly you're literally being forcefully gyrated.
Your mouth is in somebody's sweaty back.
Yeah,
you're like lapping up their sweat only because you can't breathe. The only breath you could take is off the condensation of their back. You're just
like, that cannot be there for a year, for 2 years. It feels like the return to normalcy that we all would think that we could expect is now going to be some sort of weird, like, thing where you go to a concert, but you're like if I think about the types of concerts that we've gone to in the past, like Upstate Concert Hall, is Upstate Concert Hall really going to be a thing that exists after phase 3 or whatever the fuck any of this is? There's no way. There is no possible way that that someone will go to Upstate Concert Hall, they'll get their $3 PBR and crowd surf and drink that sweaty condensation like there used to be. And it feels strange because
they're just gonna have to be like Purity Ring concerts.
Oh,
from now on.
Every concert's gonna have to be like a Purity Ring concert. And look, this is what I should show you, because this is what shows you in my life how unlucky I truly am. Is this for the audio listeners? This is my official SPAC 2020 season lawn pass.
Any concert you want.
Any
Hall and Oates?
concert I want. Hall and Oates, except Journey, because they canceled their tour indefinitely.
I mean, do you honestly think SPAC's going to be open this summer?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
I know that what I do know, there's only a few things that I know for sure. One thing is that I know that they're going to open the track, but they'll do it where nobody will be there. They'll race the horses. It'll be off-track betting.
Yeah, but
and
where are they going to off-track bet?
My guess is that
can you off-track bet online? I don't even think you can you?
I think it was since when they brought online poker back.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, they brought it back. That was the reason why I worked for that company back in the day.
Yeah, but I thought, oh no, you're right, because you could, I guess, like FanDuel and shit is off-track betting. Now that I think about it.
Regulated, yeah. So offtrackbetting.com it does exist, and they accept every payment method, and you can do legal on-ride and horse racing betting. So my guess is that they're really going to try to push that super hard, and that they'll do televised events and try to monetize it in the only way they
start betting on the ponies.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Take the rest of that stimulus and just putting it on the ponies. I feel like I know that's going to open. It's not necessarily that I believe that SPAC won't open. I think SPAC will open, but I think what's going to happen is every artist is either going to cancel their tour, or they're going to know based on the number of like they're going to know. A lot of people buy lawn tickets like the day before a fucking show. Are they really going to not have the numbers that are going to reflect like, oh Jesus, there's going to be 1,000 people at this show. We probably should shut this bitch down.
The $12 beers will now be $24 beers.
You got to do something. You got to recoup your costs. I think it's going to fucking suck.
How many Doughboys can 1,000 people really buy?
You'd be surprised. They sell them at the Stewart's now.
Do they really?
Yeah. Yep. They sell Doughboys at the Stewart's.
I need you to do me a favor.
Yes, mail you some.
Yes,
I'm already on it.
Buy me an order, freeze them first, and then mail them to me.
Nice. I'll get them out to you.
You think they sell them to you uncooked, frozen?
Yes, they do.
That's what I was going to ask.
I would wonder if you could get them now with everything that's been going on. I know what you used to be able to do is
some pizza places are selling like pizza kits where they throw a ball of dough and pepperoni and some cheese and some sauce.
Let me see if I can find. Now, I want to tell you about this because it just came up in my news feed, and it was something I was going to mention. They can't call them Doughboys anymore
because of the Pillsbury Doughboy, and they're too popular now at this point.
Esperanto was the first place that they ever came up with them. It was the restaurant in downtown on Caroline Street.
No, it's gone?
No, it's there.
Oh.
They were calling it the Doughboy.
Uh-huh.
And they got a cease and desist from Pillsbury telling them that they were going to get sued if they were to keep that name.
I mean, good for them.
Well, yeah, that is a good thing because what the thing is that they're actually going wider with it. They're going to open up a place called the Red Brick Bakery in Mechanicville to actually produce these on a commercial scale.
Oh,
so now
you go to a BJ's and get a box of them.
Yes, their intention is to do so Stewart's was the first thing, and then they're going to try to do places like Jiffy Mart, Wawa. And try to do like secondary convenience chains after that.
They'll be sitting next to the Tornadoes on the rotisserie, baby.
Where I saw them in Stewart's was in the case next to the rotisserie thing.
Yeah, with the hamburgers.
Yes, That's where they are, and then they're gonna try to do the industrial part and get them out to storage. So hey, you might be able to get your oh boy on.
Oh, is that what they're
sooner
called
than
now?
you think. They call it the oh boy now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. That's good.
This is a good example right here. Is there's they came up with a new logo, and they have a the first big commercial thing that they did was a pop-up store at Gillette Stadium. So that's the next chapter, was Gillette Stadium. Yeah, Dylan. Things are weird. Oh boys, you get the picture. You know what's going on.
What was it? They have like, there's the Doughboy, which is really good, and then there was like another thing that's very good there.
They have burritos. Like a lot of their shit is like Tex-Mex shit.
I'm not a burrito boy.
But then they also do samosas. They do like Indian style samosas with the
here we go.
wraps.
$100 for a case of them. A case of 36 of frozen take and bake oh boys.
You found them?
Yeah, you could get them on the website.
Nice.
Order online.
The oh boy.
So I'd have to have it delivered to you.
Yeah, baby.
Well, you could get, they're like $3 a piece frozen, so I wouldn't have to get a full $100 case of 36. Although,
oh, that's good shit.
Maybe it's the brotato that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, probably. They do like I said, samosas. The samosas, that's like a variation on it. They do the twice baked potatoes. They have 3 different types of twice baked potatoes.
Didn't
and
they
then
have empanadas too? Don't they do empanadas?
Yeah.
They're not on the menu. That's what I was wondering.
They do empanadas, and then they also do but they don't make the samosas in house. The Indian restaurant down the road does the samosas. The samosas are a flour tortilla wrapped in a square with potatoes and shit on the inside of it.
Nice.
Potatoes and meat. Yeah. So, anyways, now I'm hungry. So fuck you. And I don't know, man. Playing any good games lately?
Really? That's where we're going.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, we could be done.
Well, let's wrap it up with some games. Let's just do it for old time's sake. Makes me feel good.
For old time's sake?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
What have you been playing? You've been playing some Final Fantasy VII. I know you have. You've been playing some damn Donkey Kong Country, these streams. I haven't gotten a chance to ask you, like, how when you're playing these games, like, how do you feel? Do you feel good? Are you having fun?
Yeah, it's Donkey Kong Country. It's like one of my favorite series.
It is
games.
one of the it's
So,
one of the
like,
best platformers ever made. It's really it's such a great game.
It's not much of an ask for you to be like, yo, play this game while I DJ. That's I'm not like, oh man.
Oh,
I gotta sit here and play this. Like, I was really getting into 3 last night because
you had gotten to the point where you didn't recognize anything anymore. Yeah.
Because I never really played it back then. I think I was like all Donkey Kong Country'd out by the time that one came out because I played the first and second one so many fucking times.
They really are, like, artistically so good, and like I don't know, they're just imaginative, and the tightness of the world and the gameplay, it's just good. It's one of the best. It's kind of right up there with like how good Aladdin was. Like, it's got that same, like, how good of a platformer Aladdin was in kind of that same area.
I got that card
because it doesn't feel like
week.
We could do some Aladdin. I would dig that. That'd be great. Do some Moonbatone to Aladdin. Play some fucking Omar Suleiman. I'll just do one of mine, just cause whatever. I started playing Cloudpunk. A delightful
You started
title.
playing it. Did you ever continue playing it?
No, I want to. I actually am gonna play it today. I think tonight.
There you go. I'm probably gonna. Before you texted me and was like, "You want to do this?" I thought maybe you'd cancel again. I'm like, it's 1:00. I wonder if Brent's gonna say anything about it. I was literally about to start up Final Fantasy VII for like the final chunk. I'm like, finish it up right here.
Um, how is that? I've heard some weird things about it.
I very
Do
much
you
like
like
it.
it?
Yeah,
Really?
I've been playing it like kind of slow, like doing all like the battle challenges and everything. The combat's really fun. The combat in this is what I wish Kingdom Hearts was, because I do like the Kingdom Hearts battle system, but it got a little too bloated by 3. Like 3 has like everything they ever added in
All the other games.
all the other games, just smashed into it. Which, I mean, it's fun. I'm not saying it's not fun, but you wind up not using some of
Yeah, you get overblown with moves that you
there's
don't want in there.
so many things you could do that, and they don't make some of the things that you could do necessary to beat it at all. So some of the stuff you just end up dropping, like
That's how I
out of
kind of
your-
felt about like Devil May Cry towards the end of it. It felt like 3/4 of the way through the game, you were like, all right, I got all the like cool shit that I can do with all these button combinations and all the big moves and all
Yeah.
that crap. And it's like, it makes you feel like you've gotten to the point where you're like, all right, now every boss that I beat, you need this shit to do. But then at the end, like when you're at the end of the game, it always felt like, my God, I don't need half of this shit in order to do this. Like to beat this boss, to do these levels. Like there's nothing that makes you think that like
Well, I
you're
mean,
going to need
not
every
at
single
least-
one of these things.
at least they build it.
Yeah.
Like, at least like you're building it. Like Kingdom Hearts, they just like throw it all at you at once. You're like, here you go. Play it
Here's
how
all
you
your
play
shit.
it how you want to play
Yeah.
it. If you want to play it like you played Dream Drop Distance, that's in here. If you want to play it like you played 2, that's in here. But like the comparison I was trying to make was like, so in Kingdom Hearts or in Final Fantasy, it's like real time but turn based at the same time. And when you do spells and stuff, when you like use your ATB meter, like 'cause you can always like basic attack. You can always
Yep.
basic attack, and then each character has like a triangle, which like
And that pauses the game, right? In a turn-based manner, like when you
No.
do something that's a bigger thing. Oh,
yes, when you do something that's a bigger thing, the
Yeah.
abilities. So
Right.
all characters have a basic attack, and you can call it a strong attack. Like if you hit triangle with Cloud, you start doing strong attacks, and then when you block, you could parry or whatever. And like Tifa's triangle is like a stronger move, and Barrett's is like a charged up shot, but and Aerith's is also a charged up shot. So you can always do those. You don't, but there's also a meter that's building up, which is your ATB meter, which is from the original the active time battle, is what it was called, where like you attacked on the meter filling up. That was the order. It's not like an attack order.
yep.
Like some game, like most turn based. That was their turn based thing, was the active time battle. So that meter's always building up, and you use those bars to do abilities, which are stronger abilities and spells.
Yep.
Now, when you do those, time freezes, and it allows you to dig through the menus
Think
and
about
actually
what you're
pick
doing.
something. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts, they gave you all these spells to use, but like the battle was always going, so you don't want to stop. Basically, you added everything to your hotkeys, and that's how I played. Was I added it to my hotkeys, and pretty much that was the only spells I used throughout the game, because I didn't have time to fucking dig through the menus because I wanted to use Thundagra or something. Like I just motherfucker, if that's that's what this enemy's weakness is, I guess I'm just gonna fucking punch him until he dies. I don't know.
That's happened. I've had that happen in not games like this, where it's like, shit. Like, I mean, even playing like Steam World, where it's like, I don't want to use these characters. Like, why? I have no reason. Like, it's kind of like Pokemon, where it's like, shit. I've been playing with these first 2 characters. They do everything that I need them to do. I've stacked their decks. I have everything fucking laid out. And then 3/4 through the game, I meet a new character, and they're like shitty level, and they're not the right type, and I don't like what they do, and all this shit. But somehow these are the characters that I gotta use. Then I end up looking online, like what character style is good against this area of fucking who should I have. It just starts getting crazy, and it's just like the same 3 characters I had at the beginning of the game.
Well, I mean, that's why with Pokemon you have to learn the rock paper scissors of it.
Yeah.
That's part of the game. That's part of the game, though.
I mean, and that's similar to like anything else where you have like a Mega Man, where it's like, oh geez, what one do I have to do to defeat Cutsman, and what one do I have to do? But like with Steam World, it's like I don't think it really much matters as long as
they try to make it matter, but
they try to make it matter. But then if you collect enough money, you go to the person before you go to the final battle, and it's like, let me get 15,000 fucking potions and 75,000 of this fucking like buff, like all this different shit. You could just do it, like, and also like you've built like your brute force character up so heavily that now it doesn't really matter as long as you have a character that can put a health buff on everybody, and you have a character that can do like fucking crazy ass direct damage. You're done. There's no other reason for you to. Cool. Poison. Let's just everybody gets a poison. Every character gets a poison, so you could put a poison on somebody. Everybody gets a goddamn heavy attack. Everybody gets fucking health buff. Something that you can do to make everybody have health again. You're good. That's all you need.
Well, I mean, that's what the comparison I was making between Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy is that. So I really like Kingdom Hearts, and now that I personally think made made the attack system like better by like making it like more friendly for you to use abilities and all that shit. I very much like it. So it's the final consensus.
There's a lot of people saying that the story is weird and bad, but the thing, but like Square Enix isn't. That's what it is, right? I mean, that's the idea, is that like a lot of people are like placing expectations on this story that it's like that it's supposed to be like way better than it is. Is that even something that you like care about, or like have? You're just playing it for the fun aspect. The story to you doesn't matter.
I like the story. I mean, it's a little. There's like, that Kingdom Hearts weirdness because it's Nomura. Like, of course, the director of the weird game is gonna make this one a little weird too. So like, I think it raises a lot of questions, and since I'm not at the end, I don't know how it pays off.
I mean, they were saying that like it was something to do with like it being the course of the events from the original game, but only like a certain percentage of it. Like,
well, yeah,
it's like this is gonna be like
okay. So it's the Midgar section, which in the original game takes maybe 8 hours.
Yeah. And now we're looking at a
30+ hour game.
Yeah.
Like they spread it out and they start like introducing
going into backstories and shit.
Yeah, they give it gives you like winks and nods to, because I never finished the Final Fantasy. I think I started it maybe 3 or 4 times. And I think I made it out of Midgar one of those times, and then I stopped playing it. And that was like the most recent, but I know story beats, like some of the story beats. I think I know some of the story beats. Like some of them, I'm not like,
oh, that's a thing, but I'm not sure
fully
if it is.
Spoiled. Like, I know the main character's death. I know like which one dies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I know there's like a twist with Cloud and Soldier and someone named Zach, but I'm like, I don't really know that full through line, and I'm not sure I know it's hinted at in this game. Like, I know enough to know like what the hints are, but I don't know what the payoff of that chunk is. And I'm probably not gonna get it in this game because I think I'm like 2 chapters away from the end. I don't think I'm like in this character. But
yeah, I would imagine that if they're doing another game out of this, that it's gonna.
They're probably doing like 5 other games out of this.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna finish the last one until 2087.
I'll wrap it up with like I was talking about Cloudpunk.
Oh yeah.
A delightful little ditty of a game, isometric, quirky, kind of cool little environments. It is just to pick up and put down. It's just go deliver shit. It's Death Stranding cyberpunk with a little bit of a
Fifth
funny,
Element.
yeah, a little bit of Fifth Element slant to it. It's got a little bit of a funny thing. I think the funniest part about it, if this makes any difference to somebody that will want to play it, is um the general plotline of the story is that you start up as a taxi driver in this year of Blade Runner-esque, scenarios, and you're driving your little hover car, and you have a weird past. You kind of don't know what that is. There's a guy talking to you over your sort of, CB, as it were, that's telling you where to go and what to do. And you kind of got to make some weird decisions about whether or not to deliver a package that you think is really weird or might be dangerous. Like the number one rule of Cloudpunk is don't ask what you're delivering. Like, you shouldn't know what you're doing. And then that's the kind of the cool part about it, is like the choice mechanic. But then the secondary part of it that I thought is funny is your onboard computer is an artificial intelligence engine, and the first one that you get in the car is like the default one, and it's a piece of shit. And so it's just like a lady that doesn't like care about what's going on, is not very intuitive, is kind of like misguided, is just like, it's basically like when you ask your AI assistant now something, is like, I'm sorry, I do not understand. So your character gets all frustrated and pissy, and then the funniest part is your character keeps mentioning they want their old AI back. They had one before that was in all of their, devices and whatever, and it turns out it was your dog. So the main character's dog was originally a real dog that they took the consciousness out of and put into a robot dog. So she had the robot dog. And then when apparently something in her past made it so that she lost all of her money and couldn't afford to keep the dog in its robot body and had to sell it. So she sold the robot dog body and put the consciousness on a flash drive. And then now, since this AI is just on a flash drive, she uploads it into her car's computer. So now her car is her dog. So now
like
every voice point from your new artificial intelligence that's in your car, that's you're asking it questions on where to go and GPS functions and whatever, is now a dog that's basically like, ooh, I don't like that. Oh, did you see that squirrel go? But like, it's literally playing it. The voice actor for it is playing it like he's a dog. Where like if you're like
the Doug from Up.
Yes, it's exactly like that. It plays it like Doug. And when things happen to you, like one of the choices is like, should I deliver this package? It's ticking. And the dog's like, the ticking noise makes me nervous. I don't know if we should deliver it. Like it's nervous. It picks up on your vibes. It's kind of a cool mechanic. So that's something I like that a lot. That's why I kind of wanted to keep playing it, just for like the story beats a little bit and just to see like kind of how it all plays out. But yeah, that's my video games. And
You'll never finish it.
I didn't finish it. It's short. I'm confident that I can play the game, and it's a really short game. So maybe I'll go do some flower delivery to the in-laws, because of course it is Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms out there in mom land. We're gonna go make a flower delivery to the in-laws, and then I'm gonna come back, make a dinner, make a cocktail, make an evening out of our old quarantine here.
Quarantine evening.
Quarantine evening, dude. This has been the first edition, 59th edition of the most consistent podcast in the world, the Jack It Off podcast. Stay safe.
Hey, just think, if we make it consistent again, we release it on Wednesday, we'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday content. That little chunk right there.
You know that you can't get out of our lives. We're in your ears all the time. Jack It Off Entertainment will be with you for your whole week. starting now.
Starting
But-
Wednesdays.
But not now. Wednesday.
But to Saturday. Well, starting now. This will release on Wednesday, so it will
Sure.
be starting now.
Starting now.
But
This is
on
Wednesday. You're hearing this on Wednesday, and tomorrow it's gonna be Relax with Brent. Friday it's gonna be Dillon's Friday Fun Zone, playing all of your favorite games that nobody knew you wanted to watch someone play. And then of course on Saturday is Crossplay, where Dillon plays DK until the end of time, and I play whatever I want. And then Sunday we record this again and again in perpetuity. So for today, this has been the first day of your content journey with Jack It Off. We're out.